Okay, so we've got 4 different people here and 4 different graphs. So take a moment, talk amongst yourselves, and figure out which graph belongs to Carla, which one belongs to Arnie, Sue, and Ben. Okay, what do you think?
Carla is B.
Full sentence, please.
Okay, I think Carla is B because her mom gave her $100, so it's about $200.
Her mom gave her $100, so that means this must be in increments of what? 50. So that would make that $100, and then what? 25, so it's rising by 25 each month? Good job. Somebody else. Let's hear it, Brandy. Arnie is C. Why is Arnie C? It just stays the same. Put $150 in, and it's not going to grow at all, right? Because it's in a piggy bank, not in a regular bank. Let's hear it, Jesse. Hold on, Matt, Selena. Too much side conversation, okay? Sue is what?
I think Sue is A because she had Social Security dollars in the same bank, and then she has $50 every month for travel. It keeps dropping.
So it's dropping by 50. Good, good, or decreasing, right? So that means Ben must be this one here. Ben is B. And what does it say? Starting in February, he saves $30 a month, so he must not have any at the beginning. Then every month goes up $30. All right, let's step it up a notch. So we've got Sue, Arnie, Ben, and Carla. And I've got 4 different scenarios here. Actually, we're going to write this one ourselves. So which one is which, and why? Look at them just for a second. Seth? You don't know. None of them give you any indication of which one it would be. No? Nothing? I'm not accepting that. I'm going to make you think. 30N? Okay, which one do you think 30N is? Ben? Where's Ben? Here? So rising at a rate of 30? Good. This one is A equals 30. $30 every number of months, right? That's what the N would be? Let's hear it.
The first one is Sue.
The first one is Sue. Why? Because it's going down, right, at a negative rate, right? Starts at 250. You guys know what this looks like? A graph. What do we know about graphs? How do we normally write graphs?
Oh, I was going to say graph.
Okay. Who can tell me how we normally, Kaden? How do we normally write graphs? What form do we put them in? Y equals mx plus b. Isn't this a lot like y equals mx plus b? What's b? The starting point. Look at this one started at 250. It just switched around, right? If I just changed it to y equals negative 50n plus 250, it would be in slope-intercept form, right? And what's 50? The slope. See that? Does that help a little bit? All right, so what else do we know? Okay, yeah.
The last one is 150 plus 25.
You're going to jump there?
Blue one, yeah.
You want to do the blue one. This one is A equals, it starts at what? 100 plus 25n. So this is the last one. What's this one? The third one? A equals 150. There is no rate of change, right? There's no slope. That's all you got. Starts at 150, stays at 150, right? Pretty good? This is taking everything we've learned, right, and putting it into real life? Okay. Donut Man charges 80 cents each for a donut. The amount charged is a function of donuts bought. Let the input be the number of donuts. Input's usually what? The x-axis or the y-axis? The x-axis. Input, output, right? Input, output. So the input is the number of donuts. No. The amount charged is a function. Let the input be the number of donuts. So this is going to be the donuts. And this is going to be the cost. Yeah? Put cost. All right, you guys, how good are you? Think we can do this? What would the function rule be? We usually start with y equals, right? So what would we start with this time? Not y equals, but c equals. C equals what? Let's write a little table down here to help us. So I put in the number of donuts, and I get the cost, correct? I don't want that to go that far. How about just there? So the number of donuts. So how much is one donut? 80 cents. And 2 donuts? $1.60. And 3 donuts? How'd you do that so fast in your head? Because 8 times 3 is 24, and then you just have to add a 0, right? Good. So what would 4 donuts be? $3.20? Good. All right, so let's graph that. So for one donut, it's 80 cents. What do you guys want to make these, like dollars? Would that work? It would make it a lot easier if you made it 80 cents. Good job. So that would be 80 cents, $1.60. You don't normally see graphs like that, though. Let's not make it easy. Let's make it practical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so one donut is about right here. 2 donuts is about right there. 3 donuts is about right there. I got a question for you. Where would I start my line? From the 0? So like that? And there's an arrow on it. Why? Because it doesn't say that there's like a sold out amount of donuts, right? Okay, so we have a graph. Let's go back and write our function rule. So where did we start? No. We didn't look at our graph. Where did we start? 0, nothing. Do I normally write 0 when I'm writing a rule? No. So then what am I going to be going up at? What rate? 0.80 per what? Donut, or we use N, right? You want to use D for donut? Make that a D. 80 cents per donut? Make this a D. Perfect. What are the intercepts? Does my graph intercept the y-axis or the x-axis at all? Matt, does it intercept the x-axis or the y-axis? This is the y, and this is the x. At what? Where? 0, 0. When x is 0, y is 0. Or when d is 0, c is 0. What's the domain and range? What do we learn about domain and range? What's the domain values? X values. What are the what are the range values? The y values. So I'm going to say my domain starts where? Not at 1. At 0 and ends infinity. Why? Does it say that don't they have an, just keeps going, right? The line doesn't have an endpoint. So we're going to put a bracket for 0 because that does have an endpoint. And we're going to put a parenthesis there because that does have an endpoint. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Okay? So you get a curvy line if there is no end, and you have a solid bracket. Okay. There's another time we use brackets, but it's, just parentheses, but it's when they don't, it's not included. Okay, range. What's my range? My range is y values. So what are my range values? The same thing, right? 0 to, no, because if you don't buy any donuts, are you going to get charged anything? So 0, comma, infinity. Questions? Let's do another one. A certain cell phone data plan costs $30 a month plus $5 each day you go over the allotted data usage. Let X represent the number of days over. Okay, write a function rule. You guys want to do a little table first? We can talk about the relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do X and Y, where it says X represents the number of days over, days over, and Y, we should probably make that the cost, right? Okay, so a certain cell phone data plan costs $30 a month plus $5 each day. Okay, what if you don't go over? It's just $30, right? So what would I put for X? 0, right? I'm not going to go over, and I'm going to get charged 30. What if I get 1 day over? $35. And 2? 40. And is it days? Each day you go over. And 3? 45. Let's plot that, yeah? So 0, 30, where am I going to go? How you got, let's do by 10, 5? 5? 5, so I'll just say 10, 20, 30? Is that good? 10, 20, 30? Can we do that? We can do whatever we want as long as we do it in a systematic way, right? Okay, so at 0, it's 0 days over, I get charged 30. Whoa. Thank you. 1 day over, 35. 2 days over, 40. See how we're doing that? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. What's my rule? Are we better now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put an arrow on it, right? Because it's not stopping. Okay, write a function rule. Can you write a function rule?
Yeah.
What? What is it? Y equals 30 plus 5x. 5 per day over. Johnny, what are the intercepts? Johnny, what are the intercepts for this graph right here? Where does it intercept Y? At 30? What's X when Y is 30? 0, 30. That should go here. Uh-oh. Let's pin this to the back and then I can grab this. Put it in the wrong spot. Should be there. Okay. And what's the domain and range? Who wants to do the domain? Okay, what's the domain? 0 to infinity. Right? What's the range? Nope, not the same thing. Where does it start?
Oh, 30.
It starts at 30 Right? There's no values down here, right? So you got to start at 30 and then go where? Infinity. You guys got it? Ready to do one on your own? Okay. Not all of them. Okay, I want you guys to try this one on your own. All right, you guys tell me. At Boomers, it costs $10 for 2 students to play mini golf. It costs $15 for 3 students. $20 for 4 students. Let the number of students be the input. What did you guys put for this variable? Student, you want to use S? Let's use N for number. Because I don't like using students because it looks too much like a 5. And then this will be the cost. Sound good? You want the money sign? Okay. Write a function rule. Did you guys use a table?
No.
Yeah?
No.
So we'll say number of students, money. So 1 student costs how much? What about 0 students? 0 would be 0. 1 student would be 5. 2 students would be 10. Do I need any more than that? Not really, right? Okay, how do you want to write? This is 1, 2, ... and this will be what? How do you want to do it? 5? 5, 10, 15, 20? So we start here and just go up. Pretty easy. Okay. Are you bored? Okay. Let's write a function rule. What would I use?
Y equals something.
Well, not Y. What do we use?
Oh, money.
Money sign equals what? Something plus 5n. Well, what do we normally use? What is that? When you have y equals mx plus b, what's b? Where you begin, right? Where'd we begin? At 0. So do we need to put anything for the begin? No. So just 5x or 5n. That's it. There's your function rule. We graphed it. What are the intercepts?
0,
0, 0. What's the domain?
0,
0, infinity. Good job. What's the range? 0. Because if it rains that day, nobody went golfing. Unless it's indoor, it was a hurricane. Nobody went.
Nobody.
Right? No, it starts at 0. Right? Right? Got it?
But what if it didn't? Oh.
Yep. Okay, do this one for me. At Elmwood Middle School, 6th graders spend an hour a night, 7th graders spend 2 hours, 8th graders spend 3 hours. Let the student's grade be the input. So their grade level be the input, and the hours they spend be the output. Think about that one for a second. Did anybody see anything different about this one?
Yeah. It's 9.
What do you think?
There's no money.
There's no money involved, yeah.
It's just money and grade.
You don't know.
Money.
There's no money involved.
I just did 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3.
You just did 6, 7, 8, so it's a little different, right?
And 1, 2, 3.
And 1, 2, 3? Uh-oh. Why am I losing power on my pen? Let's try a different pen. There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do a table to kind of help us. What do we want to do? Grade level, grade, and hours. Can we talk about 0 grade level?
No.
No. That has nothing to do with the data that they gave us, right? What? Kindergarten, but we don't know if it's the same rate when you're in elementary school. I would be careful with this one.
It's 3 hours. I've never seen 3 hours.
Okay. So grade level is 6, 7, and 8. Guys, I'm talking now. So how many hours for grade 6? And 7? And 3. So how would we write a function rule for that? Okay, hours equals what? It goes up every 1. And what is it? 1, right? 1G. Do you have to write 1, though? Just G? H equals G? So for every grade, you go 1 more hour up? Okay, let's graph that. We have a problem here. I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, we do. We have a problem. Yeah, we do. Because we're not talking about down here at all. And did they tell us anything about high school?
Oh, there is no 0.
There is no 0, right? If that's all the information that they gave us, right? It doesn't keep going. It just stops. That's all we're talking about. So it is at H equals G, except G has to be greater than or equal to what? Six. Yeah. Yeah. We're not talking about anything other than greater than 6. In fact, if you really want to be technical about it, G has to be in between 6 and what? 6 and 8. To make it really complicated? If you really wanted to make it complicated? Okay. What are the intercepts?
6, 1.
We don't have any.
Oh, no, X, Y.
Right? What's the domain? 6, 7, and 8, or you would just do 6 to 8. What's the range? 1 to 3. Made you think today, right? Yes. What? What's a B? You don't like it? It does look kind of weird, huh?
This is the only time it's infinity is if it actually has a 0 in it.
It is a D now. That's a D?
That's a D.
Is that better? Yes, Kaden.
Because the other one, you don't have to put the 1.
You could put 1G. Because for every, there is no intercept, right? The grade goes up 1. The rate is going up by 1. Make sense? So for every, it's right here, for every hour of homework, for every grade you go up, your rise is up 1 and your run is over 1. Up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. So the slope is 1. Got it? Yes. Yes. Okay. Try this one.